So, I've been watching some of my videos to keep me sane during this winter. And some of my people that I enjoy watching, I have quilting and I have sewing and crafting and crocheting and everything. But I also enjoy the RV, many of the independent RV video people because I used to, or I still do. I've watched Bob Wells or his web page, which I followed good 10, 12 years ago. So Bob has always been in my billywhack, I guess you would call it, because of being a camper and enjoying it. And I always enjoyed his ways of being frugal and everything. So in the last couple of years, there's been this huge surge of people wanting to live on the road, be full-timers, be nomads, be van dwellers, whatever you want to call it. But they're trying to find an alternative to the extremely expensive living in a city. And if they're only on minimum wage, they can't afford a place to live. And they don't want to sleep in the street because it's so dangerous. So some of the people that are out there, though, have some fairly serious health issues. And there seems to be a majority of the TBI people. And TBI is traumatic brain injury. I have a TBI. Well, actually, I have more than one. And so I know how hard it was to get treatment or to find a place to live here in Michigan. I live in the Detroit area and was homeless for a while because I was a single female, didn't have a marriage, didn't have a husband, no kids or anything, so there were no resources. Some of the people I follow who are doing the independent living are Debra Dickinson, Robert Whitman. They do to Meander also. Kelly Doyle. I like others too, like Caravan Carolyn, Teardrop RV Travels, Campervan Kevin, Becky, Bernie, and Mack, the Mobile Traveler, and Wandering Jimmy. And those are all the ones that I enjoy that have a health issue. They're trying to stay independent on their own. And people, these so-called scumbags, some people call them trolls, are saying such horrific things about them, and yet these so-called scumbags don't have any interest in helping anybody who has a disability, who has no income or very low income, find a safe environment, find a safe community, because many of the housing, as a former housing specialist for HUD and for Section 8 and 2030, 2080 programs, 60/40 programs, the subsidized housing is not always in an extremely safe area. And if you have disability issues, it isn't always where there's public transportation if you can't drive or you don't have any other resources. So what the people I admire about that are so cool, not cool, I guess, they're heroes. They're heroes in their own way. They're heroes in a way that they're not living off of anybody. They are being their own independent people. They have a roof over their head, even if it's just a minivan or a car. There are even some that just have a tent, But Bob Wells has tried to give them options. Now, some people call him, a cult leader and all this and that. You just have to understand that he was seeing the need for this. He is an understanding full-time road liver. He understood it because he saw it. He witnessed this. Those people that live in their own homes, have a good job, a roof over their head, live with their parents maybe still, they don't get it. They have had themselves taken care of. But let me tell you something, as somebody with a disability, and I've had my disabilities most of my lives, yeah, I've had more than one life because I've been dead a couple times. But the fact is that each time I have another issue, it creates another disability. And that is the issue with disabilities. So these people that have TBIs, they develop other issues to go along with it. It's a very hard life to live. Now, Kelly Doyle just put up a fabulous video about what was going on, trying to live in a minivan by herself with beautiful Sophie Doyle, her dog, and how impossibly difficult it becomes at times when she's having a TBI event. Debra Dickinson talks about it all the time. She is so honest and so forthright about what's going on. And her partner, Robert Whitman, he's got a TBI too. His is different. These are 3 leading YouTube nomads, I guess, whatever you want to call them, who are out there trying to improve the life of others, and in the process, they're improving their lives to the very best of their ability. And they develop these communities, and you know, the absolute idiots that are out there, these scumbag trolls, they call them, whatever, they feel it is their duty to make nasty, horrific remarks. And the one that I've never been able to understand is, what is all of this stuff about YouTube begging? You've got businesses who make money. You have businesses who use YouTube to make incomes in. All of these people are businesses. Every one of these nomads put in sometimes 8 to 10 hours of editing. Campervan Kevin, he talks about the long hours. Caravan Carolyn, she's kind of cut back because of her health issues. Becky, she's cut back and she's now trying to get back up there. Randy, the mobile traveler, he's showing cooking, how you can cook without being in an apartment or whatever. He's showing you ground cooking. He's showing you everything. And Wandering Jimmy, you know, he's out there and he shows you how to live. There's others too. There's Ausia, who's PandaMonium. There's Destination Open Road, Scott and Teri. So what is it with people that they think they have this right to bash people who are earning their own living in a way that is viable for what they're doing? And you people who are out there bashing them, you're probably sitting at home with your thumbs up your rear end. You know, the scumbag that do this stuff, I am so sick of it. These people, to me, are heroes. They're not living off of somebody. They're working. They work to make their videos. They work to give you content that's different because YouTube won't let them use their old content. So they can't just rerun things like televisions do, movies do. They are, without a doubt, some of the hardest production people there are. My husband's a filmmaker. I understand the long, tedious hours. So, you know what? I hope all of you scumbags do the one thing that I go away with your tails between your legs. These are the people that I have watched for a long time. Bob, of course, I've watched before he was even, Bob was on. And then here's some more. Neil, who's out there with 3 amputated, he's had 3 amputations. Come on, people. Get your butts out. Leave these people alone. They're hard workers. Go away and just go find something else to do with your evil, mean attitudes. That's my opinion. And that's what I'm going to tell you, whether you like it or not. Goodbye.